the Ginzo, the whole fucking thing, bro, he would come there, the nicest guy in the world. But the son was fucking crazy. And every time he'd get there, the nun would tell him about what he did. And, dog, he would punch him the way Ungayo was throwing punches at fucking Stipe. I swear to my mother's grave. Like, as he was crawling into the car, like a fucking
pounding him.
12.
Jesus
10,
Christ.
10, 10, 10. I got thrown out of there 11 or 10. So now, are you looking at me saying, Joey, did they deserve it or whatever? Every parent had a different, I watched a couple weeks ago, I was stoned to the gills, and I was laughing about how people put people down and shit. And I was laughing about when Julius Erving when the ABA shut down. When the ABA first shut down, if there was, I don't know, Joe, but if there was 8 categories, Julius Erving's led 7 of them.
Right.
And the ABA shut down, and the Sixers picked up Julius Erving. They gave him $6 million, which, can you imagine that? What they give that guy, what they give LeBron?
So LeBron's getting about 30 or 40, but yeah.
Yeah, he got $6 million for over 2 years or something was Julius, and he was the biggest player in the world then. Now this guy's getting 154 for 3 or something.
Jesus.
So Dr. J switched his number from 32 to 6, and now the NBA All-Star game came. So all the critics were like, psh, he came up from the ABA. He's going to get his ass kicked in the NBA All-Star game. What? Go look at those statistics. He went off. He went off because of a white dude named Pistol Pete Maravich. He went to LSU and led the country in scoring. A white dude ended up becoming a fucking boozer, but that dude knew how to handle the ball because his father would beat him. His father would make him sleep in the garage in the winter and beat him until he learned how to play basketball because there was no losing in his fucking house. Do you understand me, Joe Rogan? There's no fucking losers in my fucking house. Sleep in the garage, no dinner. But Pistol Pete knew how to fucking dribble Jack. And Pistol Pete would take you deep. Pistol Pete anybody could cover. The best black dude in the league could cover Pistol Pete. But if you watch that NBA All-Star game, Pistol Pete is stopping, chopping people, and giving behind the back passes to Julius Erving. He even looks at a dude with one pass. He's looking at Bob McAdoo. I'm coming. And all of a sudden he just puts the ball between his legs, and he gives it to Julius Erving. Why? Because that kid's father stayed on him. There's different thoughts of...
Some people can handle that. Some people can't, though. Like some guys are broken. But, I mean, it's like how much pressure is too much pressure to create, like, a superstar like that? Like, didn't his dad put a lot of pressure on him as well? Isn't that the story?
Let's talk about the guy that died last week.
But that's a different thing. The Tiger Woods
Joe Jackson. What the fuck is different about that? He created 3 fucking kids that changed the fucking... One kid that changed the fucking world.
Right.
He beat him. He fucked him in the ass, supposedly.
Whoa, where'd you hear that?
I don't know. He did sexual assault on one of them.
You got to be really careful with saying things like that.
I'm sorry. Listen, it's the Me Too thing. Things come out. What are you going to do? Everybody's getting the blame for something. You know what I'm saying?
But is this something you really heard?
I've heard sexual abuse allegations from his father, but I listen to what did he create? What did he do? What did Joe Jackson do by making them not letting them fucking and let me tell you something. The one kid could have gone to a college to play basketball. The kids had talent as it was. Gary, Indiana. You ever go to Gary, Indiana?
No.
It's like hell, fucking Delaware, and then Gary, Indiana. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Gary's like crazy. He made these kids rehearse. He pulled them out of Gary, took them up to fucking Berry Gordy. You know, you think about this shit. Some of them probably hated him for what he did. You look back at those lessons that you got, Joe Rogan. How many people did you look at one day and go, fuck you, motherfucker? But then 2 years later, you look back and you look at the lesson you learned from the whole experience, and you actually have to go back and hug that person and go, hey, man, thank you for that time. It made me a better motherfucker today because of what you did. Made me a better person. We're not going to agree with everything that happens along the way, Joe Rogan. But it's made us who the fuck we are today.
That's an interesting thing because we grew up in a time where kids were just allowed to run around outside. Everybody ran around outside. That was just normal, right? When you were a little kid, you ran around outside. Nobody just runs around outside. I remember the first time I saw a grown lady she hit my cousin. We were both around the same age. I was probably 6 and she was 5. And this lady slipped on ice in front of her apartment building. And she got up, and my cousin just unfortunately happened to be standing right in front of her when she fell. And she got up and she said, "Don't you laugh at me." And she smacked her in the face. She wasn't laughing at her either. Just she smashed her in the face, man. Like she smacked her hard. And I was like, oh my God. We were both little kids and watching some grown adult smash our cousin in the face. We were like, like, you just gotta realize, like, hey, you can't, you gotta be polite. There's some fucking people that will smack you in the face, and she didn't even do anything wrong. There's some evil fuckers out there that'll hit little kids. That's some dark shit, man. Smacking little kids in the face.
I swear to God, I ran into probably, when I first moved from Cuba to 88th Street, there was a dude on the block that would smack little kids. And I'm telling you right now, to my little daughter, there was words on the street that he would take you to his house and fuck you in the ass.
Oh my goodness, that's outrageous.
This is outrageous. This is the early 70s. This was the early 70s, which I turned into a joke later on, because it would be like, bro, have you seen Joe Rogan lately? Nah, I haven't seen him in a week. Sticky Charlie got him. I'm like,
Sticky Charlie.
What was his name? Mr. Martini.
Mr. Martini?
Mr. Martini got him. Like, when you first moved to 88th Street, that's the first thing the kids would tell you. Like, I was
Keep
5.
away from this guy?
Don't fuck with Mr. Martini.
Oh, Jesus. He's a monster in your neighborhood.
Mr. Martini wore a black suit with a white shirt and black shoes. His wife would die, and he owned a building on 88th Street in the middle. And he was angry, and he would sweep. And you know, like when you were a kid and you stop in front of somebody's house, he would always come out and go, "Get the fuck out of here, you little fucking douchebags. Get the fuck." And I was Cuban. I didn't understand the language. I didn't really understand what he was saying. I understood the anger, but I didn't understand the language. And he would come out with a broom, "Get the fuck out of here." And one day I realized, I'm like, this motherfucker wants to rock. So while my other friends didn't want to fuck with him, I'm like, we're going to fuck with this motherfucker. So all Cubans have like water in front of their house, and it's something that your mother throws change in every day.